to work with you on another Learn and Create, sponsored by the LRC here at Rowan University. And today we're going to work on 4 math games, some small group activities that you could do with your students at school, or if you're working from home with your own school-age student, you could do these as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with making a berry count and sort game. Okay, so we're going to be using die cuts. The first thing we're going to do is I have the die cuts cut out. Now this is going to be sorting, like I said, so we're going to glue the teddy bears, the colored teddy bears, onto the cardstock. Okay. So I'd like to have the color word. This way it gives children the opportunity to see what the word is and make an association with the actual color of the bear. Okay. So again, you'll have all these nice things that you could download. And I'm just going to give it a quick glue. So again, everything that I present to you and all our displays here at the LRCs, everything is based on the New Jersey Preschool Teaching and Learning Standards or the New Jersey Student Learning Standards, which is from kindergarten on. So this is our sorting mat. Okay, and then here I have a pile of counting bear manipulatives, and all the students would simply do is sort them according to colors. And what's nice about these bears are they come in different sizes. So you could talk about size relations, small, medium, large. I'm going to show you an extension activity that I've done with this one. Okay, so you're going to sort them according to color. You could put them in a basket. You could use tweezers and have the kids take them out of a basket and use the tweezers. So that's good fine motor skills. So there's lots of a great activity with this one. Now we're going to move over here, and this is an extension. So typically with all our Learning Creates, I always come up with some kind of extension activity. So this one is exactly the same format, but I just added these lines. So what we would do with these lines is I made a cube, okay, and on the cube are all the same exact colors that our bears are. Okay, so you could come in and make one, or if you have a small little milk box, you could make your own cube. So again, the students would just roll the cube up blue, so they're going to go in the basket. You could designate a number. Okay, so I rolled blue, so I want everybody to find 5 blue bears. So we're going to find 5 bears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what's nice about this is on the line is you could use a dry erase marker, and then the kids can practice writing the number 5. It's hard to write upside down. Okay? So that's our extension activity. So once it's laminated or it's covered with clear contact paper, it's great to use a dry erase marker on. This is going to be a sweet subtraction game. It's got a little hot chocolate theme going on. So again, prior to our video, I cut out the mugs. Okay, but again, in your handouts, you're going to find a handout just like this with our mug and our whipped cream template. Okay, but again, I cut them out prior. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a couple of the different facts that I did. And again, according to the students that you work with, you can make. I gave you 9 pre-made subtraction facts, but I gave you also 9 empty squares that you could do, that you can make it more challenging if you need to. And if you look at our table here, I gave you some ideas of using cotton balls as manipulatives, as whipped cream or marshmallows. Sorry, and I gave you you can actually use real marshmallows, and the kids can eat them at the end. So that's fun. And I used a cloud die so it looks like a marshmallow. So we're going to put the answer there. So again, if you want to use cotton balls as manipulatives for the kids to interact with. You can. If you want to use real marshmallows, you can. Okay, again, fun if the kids can eat it. So you can also take it a step further and differentiate your activity a little bit. You can make this self-correcting. So I just have stickers that I would have used, that I'm going to use. So 8 minus 5. So we're going to use 3 stickers. So this could be self-correcting. So it's nice because the kids could use this independently. Okay, or if you want to use just white label stickers, that's fine. I just used these because I had them and I thought they were fun. So again, at the end, you can laminate them or color contact paper them so they last. So that's our sweet subtraction activity. And also, as an extension activity, I gave you a recipe for actually making hot chocolate. So wouldn't that be a fun tie-in after you've done this activity with your students to do a little cooking in the classroom, to tie everything together, because it's math, measuring, so it's cross-curricular. So this is a nice number sentence activity. So what I did was I used story paper. Okay, and story paper is nice because students you can use it for lots of different things. Students can write stories and then illustrate at the top. You could put them together as books. There's lots of things you could do with story paper. But what I did was here, I made a word problem, an addition word problem. So we're using our Apple manipulatives. There's a kit here, the LRC, that you could borrow. Or you can make die cuts as manipulatives very easily here as well. So what I did here was I made a tree and so I cut out some baskets. So what I did here was I programmed the paper with a word problem. So I said, if Brian has 4 apples, okay, there's our 4 apples, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, in one basket, and 4 apples, okay, in another basket, in the second basket, how many does Brian have in all? Okay, so I'm using some math vocabulary. Okay, so I glued the baskets down and I added the addition sign and the equal sign. So we have 4 apples plus 4 apples equals 8 apples. Okay, then I wrote it down at the bottom. So roll, count. Okay, and then they could count the different number of apples and then put them in each basket to make their number sentence. So this is nice because you could laminate it or cover it with clear contact paper and then use a dry erase marker to write your word problem. The kids can write the numbers as well. Okay, so our last installment of our Marvelous Math Manipulatives Learn & Create is we're going to make a double-digit place value center game. So what I did was I got a piece of cardstock or a piece of construction paper, and I have in your handouts you will have the number bubbles that I'll show you what you're going to do with those, and your tens and ones headers. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to use this using Cuisinart rods. And Cuisinart rods are nice because each one of the rods equals a different number, different value. Okay, so our larger rods equals 10 of these smaller cubes. Okay, so there's our 10 smaller cubes make up the one rod of 10. Okay, so one side is going to be designated for your tens, okay, and your other side is going to be designated for your ones. All right, so I'm going to use 28, okay, because I thought it was a good number to show students that 2 of the larger Cuisinart rods equal 20, because remember they're 10 of the little cubes equal 1, and then we're going to use the 8 of these little cubes to designate the ones. Okay, so we're going to take our 2 10 rods, okay, so it's going to equal 20. Then we're going to use our 8 smaller cubes for your ones. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we have 10, 20, right, because each one equals 10. And then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have our 8 ones. So you're going to have 28. All right, so, in addition to these different kinds of things, the LRC has different kinds of games and things that you could borrow for small group, large group. And again, all the things are in your PDFs that you'll be able to print. So that concludes our latest Learn and Create Marvelous Math Manipulatives from the LRC here at Rowan University. I thank you for watching.